All right, g'day everyone. Thanks for tuning back in. So on our last episode, we asked ChatGPT, or as we're referring to him as ChatDaddy, what sort of application we're going to be building. And we also asked him what we're naming our YouTube channel. So what we're building is a platform to connect organizations and volunteers. And our YouTube channel is called SparkVault. We'll get straight into this video. What we're going to be asking ChatDaddy today is to name our application, which is very exciting. It's going to be one of the biggest questions that we have for him. And it's the one I'm most looking forward to. I mean, he came up with SparkVault for our YouTube channel name. So I'll be interested to see what he comes up with for our application name. We're going to be asking him for a color scheme as well, as in what colors we're going to be using mainly for the application when we build it out. We're also going to be asking ChatDaddy whether we should be focusing on a worldwide market for the web application or if we should be focusing our efforts on the Australian market. And the reason I'm going to be asking him this is we need to know whether we're going for a .com domain or a .com.au domain once we pick our application name, or rather once ChatDaddy picks our application name, because that's something I genuinely don't know. So hey, if I don't know, ChatDaddy will know. That's what we got in store. Let's get straight into it. Right, first up, I'm going to be asking ChatDaddy what audience we should be focusing on, whether it should be worldwide or just Australian. All right, let's see what he has to say. All right, ChatDaddy laying on the tough sell with this one. So he's suggested releasing to the Australian market first can obviously test a smaller audience, but he's also saying if we have the resources and are confident in your product's appeal to the global audience, then it may make sense to build it with the intention to release it worldwide from the start. So it's a bit of a funny one, because if we are confident in your product's appeal, and our product idea was from ChatDaddy himself. So if ChatDaddy was confident enough to give us the idea for the web application, should we be then confident enough to release it to a worldwide market from the start? I think what we'll do is we will focus on releasing it to a worldwide market, and it can be available everywhere from the get-go. But depending on domain name availability and what ChatDaddy suggests for our web application name, which is coming up later in the video, that will also have a weighting of how widespread our reach is going to be when we initially release the web application. So an interesting response from ChatDaddy, because he sort of sat on the fence for this one and put the decision back in my hands, but that's okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll aim to release it to a worldwide market, but we will just focus on the Australian market if push comes to shove. That's the play. All right, cool. Our next question for ChatDaddy is the color scheme or scheme that we're going to be using on the web application that we'll build on Bubble. So I'm going to be asking him for probably two or three color suggestions that is going to make up the bulk of the color that we're going to be using with our web application. I think it's important to note here that I start every conversation with ChatDaddy with the same sentence, because although ChatGPT does have the ability to go back to previous conversations and remember where we left off, I don't think that applies to fresh chats, if that makes sense. Okay, so we've asked ChatDaddy for three colors, which he's given us. I was hoping for a shade of some sort of gray, black, light gray, something like that. So I might hit him with a follow-up question and see if he'll give us one. Cool, okay, there's our color scheme. Okay, here we are. So I found this cool website called Coolers or Colors. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but it lets you create your own color scheme. Obviously, we got ChatDaddy to create ours for us, so I just inputted those values that he gave us. And the cool thing about this website that I just found is it gives you a name for them all. So we've got a French blue, a green Pantone, and a Spanish grey. I tried to say those three without laughing, but I failed. What I will probably add to these colors is some sort of darker grey, maybe a black, and that's just to outline and highlight things. But I didn't expect ChatDaddy to give us one of them with his suggestions. So it'll probably be something like that. Black coffee, jet, Davies grey, dim grey, oh my heavens. Eerie black looks good. So something like that. Might not be exactly that one, but some sort of darker grey to outline and highlight bits and pieces as we build out the application. Okay, last but not least for this video, I'm going to be asking ChatDaddy to name our application. This may or may not be the single biggest question that we ask ChatDaddy throughout this process, as the name of the application could really make or break its appeal, the domain name that we choose for it, and whether the name that ChatDaddy gives us actually relates to what we're building. So we'll see what ChatDaddy comes up with, fingers crossed. It's something appealing and not ridiculous like SparkVault. Kidding, I love SparkVault. Great suggestion, ChatDaddy. Oh my. God, that's actually a really good list of names that ChatDaddy's come up with. I'm really impressed. So out of those, I'm liking Volunteer Link, Give Back Hub, Pause Connect, and Community Bridge. So I'll be back in just a jiffy and we'll see how many of those are actually taken already. Righto, so I had a quick look. Out of the ones that appealed to me, number 3, Cause Connect, was taken, and number 6, Community Bridge, was also taken. What wasn't taken was number 1 and number 2. So no results on a Google search, and there's plenty of domain names available, which is really good. So I did a quick look at domains. Volunteer Link, the .com is available, but I don't have $5,500 to spend on a domain, but all the other big ones are available as well. .info, .app, and also, although you can't see it here, the .io is available. It is a little bit more though. So we have that available to us, Volunteer Link. We also had Give Back Hub, which I like as well. All those domains similar to Volunteer Link are available. .info, .app, and also the .io is available, although it's a little bit more. So that's what we got to work with. Out of the 2 that we've been given, I'm leaning more towards Give Back Hub. It's very catchy. It's 3 short words. I don't know. I just think it's more appealing to what we're building over Volunteer Link. So I think that's what we're going to go with, Give Back Hub. By the time this video hits YouTube, I would have picked the domain name so it doesn't get stolen from us. A web application that connects volunteers with organizations, and we're going to call it Give Back Hub. And not one of those decisions was made by me. I'm just the chump that types into the keyboard. Okay, and this is our fresh web application on bubble.io. The application name Give Back Hub was available, so that's good. But yeah, this is a blank web application starting from scratch. We just get the 3 pages, the index, reset password, and the 404. So that's where we're going to leave it today. The next video that I release is going to be us starting to build out the web application itself with guidance from ChatDaddy. So that's what we've got to look forward to. Thanks for tuning in today. Please leave comments or suggestions below if you do have anything that might help build out this web application. I do appreciate it. All right, I'll see you over in the next video. Thanks for watching. Coolers.